Most people stroll past it in the grocery aisle. Yet centuries ago, pioneers relied on this tiny seed to survive bitter winters. Today, nutritionists call it one of the smartest foods you can grow right in your own kitchen. Affordable, resilient, and packed with hidden strength, it transforms from a simple seed into a powerhouse of nutrients. Imagine planting a handful, watching it sprout, and harvesting a lifetime of nourishment, all from a small jar on your countertop. Simple, practical, and surprisingly powerful. It's a secret your pantry has been hiding. Today, we're diving into the story of pumpkin seeds, a humble, old-fashioned powerhouse our grandparents cherished long before the shelves were filled with modern supplements. Simple, overlooked, and almost forgotten, these tiny seeds carry a surprising wealth of nutrients, making them one of the most practical and rewarding plants a senior gardener can grow at home. Think back for a moment. Many of us spent autumn afternoons carving pumpkins, scooping out the stringy insides, and tossing the seeds aside without a second thought. Yet hidden inside that bright, orange fruit was a treasure our ancestors knew well. They roasted them for snacks, added them to meals, and relied on them to survive winters when fresh food was scarce. Today, we can honor that wisdom while enjoying the convenience and health benefits right in our own kitchens. Pumpkin seeds are incredibly versatile. They can be sprouted for salads, roasted for a crunchy treat, or even stored to plant next season, giving you a cycle of growth and nourishment. For seniors, they're not just a fun nod to nostalgia. They're a practical, long-lasting source of protein, healthy fats, and essential minerals. And the best part? Growing them is simple, affordable, and deeply satisfying, letting you reconnect with the rhythms of the garden and the joys of self-sufficiency. Whether you're planting a small batch in a sunny windowsill or a larger crop in your backyard, pumpkin seeds remind us that some of the most powerful solutions come in the tiniest packages, quietly giving strength, health, and a touch of childhood magic back to our tables. Pumpkin seeds are often called survival seeds, and for good reason. These tiny seeds hold more than just flavor. They carry history, nutrition, and resilience all in one. 100 grams of pumpkin seeds have more protein than many cuts of beef. Long ago, settlers relied on them when meat was scarce. And today, they remain a simple, natural way to boost energy, support heart health, and maintain strength. What makes them even more remarkable is how long they last. Stored dry in a cool place, pumpkin seeds can keep for months without losing quality. That means you can harvest them, store them, and use them whenever you need, without rush or waste. For anyone who values practicality and frugality, it's a small investment that keeps on giving. The plant itself is just as strong. Pumpkins grow reliably, even when rain is unpredictable. They give more than just seeds. The flesh feeds you, the seeds nourish you, and the leaves and stems can enrich your garden as mulch or compost. Nothing goes to waste. Every part of this plant has a purpose, making it one of the most resourceful crops you can grow. For seniors, pumpkin seeds offer more than nutrition. They are a chance to connect with the wisdom of the past and the rhythms of the garden. They remind us that resilience isn't built overnight. It grows slowly, patiently, and with care. One tiny seed can provide meals, snacks, planting for next season, and compost to enrich the soil. That's why it's called a survival seed, because it nourishes the body, cultivates patience, and builds a quiet strength that lasts. Most of us grew up seeing corn as a staple, a simple, comforting food on the table. It's sweet, filling, and easy to enjoy. But pumpkin seeds quietly outshine it in ways you might not expect. While corn is wonderful, pumpkin seeds deliver more nutrition per handful than most people realize, making them a perfect choice for anyone looking to stay healthy, active, and steady as they age. Take fiber, for example. Fiber is essential for digestion, blood sugar control, and heart health. A small handful of pumpkin seeds gives you a solid boost, helping your body stay balanced throughout the day. Corn has fiber too, but pumpkin seeds deliver it in a more concentrated, efficient way. Then there's minerals. Pumpkin seeds are rich in iron, magnesium, and zinc. Iron supports energy and vitality. Magnesium keeps muscles and bones strong, and zinc helps maintain immunity. Corn contains some minerals, but pumpkin seeds provide them in higher amounts and with a density that your body can use effectively. Healthy fats are another area where pumpkin seeds shine. While we often think fats are something to limit, the fats in pumpkin seeds are the kind our bodies need. They support heart health, brain function, and hormone balance. Corn doesn't come close in this category. Pumpkin seeds quietly give your body essential fuel in every bite. And let's not forget protein. Pumpkin seeds have more protein per serving than many staples, including corn. Protein is vital for maintaining muscle, keeping energy steady, and supporting overall vitality, especially for seniors. One handful of seeds gives you a concentrated dose, all in a small, easy-to-use package. The beauty of pumpkin seeds is that they're simple, versatile, and practical. You can snack on them roasted, add them to salads, or sprinkle them into oatmeal. They keep well, last months in storage, and carry the kind of nutrition that sustains you over time. Corn is wonderful, but pumpkin seeds are quietly stronger in the ways that matter most: fiber, minerals, healthy fats, and protein density. For anyone who wants to age gracefully, maintain strength, and nourish the body without complicated routines, pumpkin seeds are a small but mighty solution. Each handful is a reminder that some of the most powerful foods come in the tiniest packages. They are not just seeds, they are fuel, resilience, and a legacy of wisdom passed down from generations who understood the value of every bite. Growing pumpkin seeds at home is easier than most people think, and you don't need to be a gardening expert to succeed. The first step is saving your seeds. You can use seeds from any fresh pumpkin. Just be careful. Avoid seeds from carved pumpkins that have been sitting out for days, as they can harbor mold or bacteria. Once you have your seeds, give them a gentle rinse to remove any pumpkin flesh, and then let them dry for about 5 to 7 days. Spread them out on a plate or a tray in a warm, dry spot, and you'll see them shrink slightly as they become ready for planting. Timing is important. Plant your pumpkin seeds after the last frost in your area. They need warm soil to sprout, so a sunny garden spot or a large container that gets plenty of sunlight works best. When planting, give each seed plenty of space. Pumpkins are natural wanderers. They spread, grow vines, and take their time reaching for sunlight. You'll want to plant them far enough apart so that they have room to roam without crowding each other. Watering is simple. Deep watering once or twice a week is usually enough. The goal is to give the roots what they need without drowning them. Too much water can be just as harmful as too little, so keep an eye on the soil. It should feel slightly damp, but never soggy. As your pumpkins grow, you'll notice vines, leaves, and eventually flowers. When the fruit is ready, harvest it carefully. Inside, you'll find a treasure trove of seeds. Scoop them out, rinse them gently to remove any pulp, and lay them out to dry again. Once dry, you can roast some for snacks. Save some for planting next season, or store them in a cool, dry place for months. The best part? You don't need perfect soil or fancy equipment. Pumpkins are forgiving plants. They thrive in places where other crops might struggle. Even a small patch of garden or a corner of your yard can produce a healthy pumpkin crop if you follow these simple steps. Watching the seeds sprout, grow, and eventually produce food you can enjoy is a small joy that reconnects you with nature, gives you a sense of accomplishment, and reminds you that even tiny efforts can yield big rewards. By taking it slow and enjoying each step, rinsing seeds, planting, watering, and harvesting, you create a rhythm that's not just about gardening, but about patience, care, and nurturing life. Each pumpkin you grow is a reminder that with a little guidance, anyone can create abundance, one seed at a time. Once you've harvested and dried your pumpkin seeds, the possibilities for using them are simple, practical, and surprisingly versatile. These tiny seeds can easily become a part of your daily routine, adding texture, flavor, and a little extra nutrition to the foods you already enjoy. One of the easiest ways to enjoy pumpkin seeds is by roasting them lightly in the oven. Spread them on a tray, drizzle with a small amount of oil if you like, and roast until they're golden and fragrant. The result is a crunchy, satisfying snack that can be enjoyed any time of day. They're perfect for a mid-morning pick-me-up, an afternoon nibble, or even as a little treat in the evening. You can also add pumpkin seeds to your breakfast. Sprinkle a handful over oatmeal or yogurt for extra crunch and texture. They mix in beautifully with fruits, nuts, or cinnamon, creating a wholesome, comforting start to your day. Seniors especially find that small, easy additions like this can make meals more enjoyable. while adding a bit of practical nourishment. For lunch or dinner, pumpkin seeds can be sprinkled over salads or soups. They add a gentle crunch and a subtle, nutty flavor that pairs well with greens, roasted vegetables, or even simple tomato soups. No complicated recipes are needed. Just a sprinkle on top can transform a meal from ordinary to satisfying. If you like baking, pumpkin seeds can be ground into a simple seed powder. This powder can be added to muffins, breads, or pancakes for a subtle nutty taste and a boost of texture. It's an easy way to incorporate seeds into familiar recipes, making healthy eating effortless and enjoyable. Storage is another advantage. Keep some seeds in airtight jars, and they will stay fresh for months. This makes them a convenient option for emergencies, winter snacks, or any time you want a quick, satisfying bite without reaching for processed foods. Having seeds on hand can feel reassuring, knowing you have a natural, wholesome option ready whenever you need it. The beauty of pumpkin seeds is that they are simple, versatile, and forgiving. You don't need special skills or complicated instructions. Whether roasted, sprinkled, or ground, these tiny seeds quietly add value to your meals. They connect you to traditions, provide small daily pleasures, and remind you that nourishment doesn't have to be complicated. By taking a few moments to prepare and enjoy pumpkin seeds, you're not just snacking, you're creating little moments of care for yourself. Each handful is practical, comforting, and satisfying. It's an easy, everyday way to add flavor, texture, and a touch of resilience to your meals, all while enjoying the simple joy of a seed that has nourished people for generations. Meet Mrs. Helen Turner, 78 years old, a gentle soul who has spent decades tending her garden, cooking simple meals, and cherishing small daily rituals. On her kitchen counter sits a small, unassuming jar of roasted pumpkin seeds. To anyone else, it might look like just another snack. But for Mrs. Turner, it's so much more. She calls it my little jar of strength, something she reaches for on days when she feels a bit tired, a bit low, or simply wants a comforting reminder of resilience. Her connection to pumpkin seeds goes far beyond nutrition. Mrs. Turner learned the practice from her grandmother, who survived the Dust Bowl years. Back then, food was scarce, and every morsel mattered. Her grandmother would carefully save seeds from pumpkins, drying them and hiding jars in cupboards to last through uncertain times. Those seeds weren't just food. They were security, comfort, and hope. Every handful carried a story of survival, a testament to patience and careful planning, and a quiet strength that helped her family endure. For Mrs. Turner, eating pumpkin seeds is more than a snack. It's a memory of those afternoons spent in her grandmother's kitchen, learning to save, to care, and to appreciate the small things that sustain us. It's the taste of roasted seeds, warm from the oven, mingling with the smell of fresh bread and the earthy scent of autumn squash. Each bite brings a little reminder that life's simplest practices, saving seeds, tending a garden, and savoring a snack, can carry power far beyond what we see at first glance. This story isn't unique to Mrs. Turner. Many seniors carry similar memories, traditions, and small practices that quietly sustain them every day. Pumpkin seeds, in their humble form, are a bridge to those memories, a link between generations, and a practical, nourishing food that has stood the test of time. They remind us that nourishment isn't just about the body, it's about heart, history, and the small joys that keep us going. The lesson is simple. A tiny seed can hold far more than we realize. It can carry nutrients, yes, but also comfort, legacy, and a sense of resilience. For seniors, incorporating these small, meaningful habits into daily life, like keeping a jar of roasted pumpkin seeds within reach, is a gentle, practical way to nurture the body while connecting to the wisdom of those who came before us. Mrs. Turner's jar is a symbol that even in the smallest things, we find strength, continuity, and a touch of warmth that makes every day a little brighter. Before we finish, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever saved seeds from your garden, dried them carefully, or tucked them away for another season? Or maybe there is a special food you always keep in your pantry, just in case. Something that will be there when you need it. These habits may seem small, but they carry quiet wisdom that comes from experience. Sharing your stories in the comments is more than reminiscing. Other seniors read them. They learn from your tips, your successes, and even the little challenges you have faced. Your insight could inspire someone. It could encourage them or simply bring a smile to a fellow gardener or home cook. Every story builds a community where we share knowledge, support each other, and celebrate the small routines that make life richer. Pumpkin seeds remind us of something important. Strength does not always come from something big. Sometimes it fits right in the palm of your hand. A tiny seed can nourish the body. It can spark memories, and it can carry the wisdom of generations. As we grow older, these lessons become even more precious. Nourishment is about more than food. It is about connection, ritual, and the quiet joy of seeing something small grow into something sustaining. Planting, saving, or keeping a jar of pumpkin seeds nearby is a gentle way to honor that wisdom. It helps you care for yourself every day. If this video inspired you, tap the like button, share it with a friend who gardens, and subscribe to the Evergreen Seniors. Here, growing older still means growing wiser. We celebrate the small, steady steps that make life richer, healthier, and full of quiet joy. Remember, the smallest actions often have the biggest impact. One jar of pumpkin seeds, one handful at a time. It can quietly transform your meals, your habits, and even your sense of connection. That is the lasting power of a seed, and the simple truth it brings to our lives.